Tonight on NewsWatch 12 at 6, dense fog and freezing temperatures have been creating dangerous driving conditions for us, prompting safety concerns. And public comment now open on proposed rules for boat operators on the Upper Rogue River. A deeper look at the proposed changes coming up. Plus, a volunteer shortage is threatening local services for those in need. Those details and much more news are coming up next on NewsWatch 12 at 6.
Watching out for you. This is NewsWatch 12 at 6.
The start of December has brought in dangerous driving conditions, leading to 8 car crashes yesterday in Jackson and Josephine counties. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Haley Gravitt. Leaving many of them wondering what the cause was the fog and icy conditions as the culprit. NewsWatch 12 Samantha Kadira is live in studio with more details on how this can be dangerous. Sam.
Yeah, Haley, hearing the rise in crashes was alarming, and I wanted to do some digging to find out why these accidents can happen and how we can stay safe as we continue into the winter. Take a look. Crashes in our area were caused by fog and freezing conditions.
When we have fog and freezing temperatures at the same time, it can make the roadway icy, and it can make that condition last longer because the fog prevents the ice from melting quickly.
In some areas like Table Rock Road, drivers encountered icy conditions without even realizing it until it was too late.
On the severity of the fog, it could decrease your visibility from other vehicles and your ability to see other vehicles, signs, the lines on the road. All of those things can be harder to see.
Oregon Department of Transportation crews are working to keep roads safe, but even with these efforts, drivers still need to take extra precautions when navigating in these conditions.
The air had a lot of moisture in it. The roads were already wet, and the temperatures got to a level where the road surface froze and created what we call black ice.
So this is that time of year where driving habits have to be adjusted based off the weather.
Driving to the conditions and not the speed limit is the key to staying safe this winter.
Motorists are just needing to be mindful of these condition changes and adjust their driving habits appropriately.
As we continue into the winter, the fog and the icy conditions will not be going away. So as we said earlier, it's important to just adjust those driving conditions. But for now, reporting live in studio, Samantha Kadira at NewsWatch 12.
Sam, thank you. Let's check in with Storm Tracker 12 Chief Meteorologist Matt Hoffman to see what our conditions are looking like for us right now, to see if we have any fog in the area.
Mostly in the Illinois Valley and the Grants Pass area, but right now things are good in Medford as far as the fog is concerned. Clear skies, good visibility, 40 degrees right now in Medford, but there will be some more areas of fog that develop for our west side valleys as we head through tonight. 36 degrees currently in Klamath Falls, it's 37 in Montague, and 46 degrees in Brookings. Clouds are increasing along the coast. Also some marine layer of fog starting to push into Brookings as well. Visibility down to a mile, but visibility in Grants Pass down to a quarter of a mile. So definitely take it slow along Redwood Highway right through the Illinois Valley. Air quality moderate in most of our inland valleys. This stagnant weather pattern sticking around until 4 a.m. Saturday. West side and east side valleys under an air stagnation advisory. Changes are on the way for this weekend. We'll get winds to pick up and also tracking the return of some wet weather. But tomorrow, lots of clouds in the morning. Mid to high level clouds will increase tonight. Skies turning mostly sunny for most of us tomorrow afternoon with more hazy conditions in our inland valleys and reduced air quality. We'll talk more about the changes on the way for the weekend. Also a look at what to expect with some of these holiday events going on in the coming days. That's coming up. Haley?
Thank you, Matt. And with those overnight lows dropping, a severe weather shelter has been activated in Ashland for tonight and tomorrow night. It's located at the First Presbyterian Church at Clark Avenue and will be open at 7 p.m. and close at 7 a.m. The city of Ashland is seeking public input on a funding amendment involving the city-owned building at 2200 Ashland Street. Last year, this building served as an emergency weather shelter in the city, but over the last few weeks, we've been telling you that the building is no longer the emergency shelter because it is not up to code. The amendment the city is looking for your feedback on would move more than $100,000 in community development block grant funds for improvements to the building. More coverage on this story can be found on our website, kdrv.com. And tonight marks the beginning of the public comment period for proposed rule changes to jet boating on the Upper Rogue River. Community members came to the Riverside campus of Rogue Community College in Medford to share their opinions. NewsWatch 12's Leave Column joining us live in Medford, where that meeting wrapped up just a few moments ago. Leave, what's the latest information you can tell us?
Well, Haley, I've been popping in and out of tonight's meeting, taking note of what community members have to say about some of these proposed rule changes. Some of the comments getting pretty heated. But overall, it's not so much a matter of banning jet boats on the Upper Rogue altogether. It's about striking a balance between preserving local tourism and keeping the wildlife on the Rogue safe. The conservation group Friends of the Rogue saying there are at least 65 species of fish living in the Rogue River. This includes salmon, which need to access cold water, and insects living on the riverbed. Some community members say jet boats disrupt this access. The Marine Board is also recognizing the livelihood of jet boat operators, an industry which hosted about 14,000 passengers last year.
Everybody's welcome to play or stay in my house or but as soon as somebody starts misbehaving, they're out of there, right? We can't tolerate that.
Local fisherman Rick Graw also saying many river users aren't aware of the existing rules. He told me that if proposals are passed, like limiting boat horsepower to 15, the rules need to be posted and easily accessible. The Marine Board is taking these public comments, compiling them for the next board meeting in January. Now, there are a couple of ways that you can still get your voice heard, even though the in-person meeting has just wrapped up. You can submit your comments through email or through the snail mail, and the address to do both of those are on our website, kdrv.com. You have until Friday, December 20th to do that at 12:55 p.m. Live in Medford, Leave Column, NewsWatch 12.
Leave, thank you. On to a community impact story tonight. The Salvation Army is dealing with a volunteer shortage for its annual Red Kettle Drive. The organization says the familiar sound of bells ringing outside of stores is at risk. They say without volunteers to staff the Red Kettle stands, they won't be able to collect donations, which go towards food, shelter, and assistance for those who are struggling. NewsWatch 12 spoke to a coordinator who said the experience is about so much more than just the money.
We're also just adding to other people's holiday experience. You know, in the busyness of the holidays, everybody needs to hear a hi, how are you today? It's good to see you today. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, God bless you. Just to create that good atmosphere and help make our community a better place, whether somebody can put money in the kettle or not.
The Red Kettle campaign is a driving factor in their fundraising efforts. More information on how you can get involved to be a Red Kettle bell ringer, visit kdrv.com. And we are in the spirit of giving here at NewsWatch 12. That jingle always reminds us. And we're partnering with Grange Co-op and U.S. Cellular for our annual holiday toy drive. We're inviting you to join us in giving gifts to local children in need. All of you have to bring it, all you have to do is bring in an unwrapped gift to any U.S. Cellular or Grange Co-op location in Jackson, Josephine, Curry, Klamath, and Siskiyou counties. The toy drive runs through Sunday, December 15th. More information can be found on our website, kdrv.com. And be sure to tune in tomorrow for NewsWatch 12. We'll have live coverage at the Grange Co-op in White City to show you how much the community is donating in our toy drive. And as we get into the Christmas spirit, we're looking forward to festivities here in the region. And this weekend, Medford will join in on the holiday spirit. They're having their Winter Lights Festival in Pear Blossom Park on Saturday. The festival will include food trucks with some photo opportunities with Santa, Buddy the Elf, and the Grinch. A candy cane hunt will start at 5, and it'll follow the Christmas tree lighting and fireworks. And we are still tracking festive events throughout Southern Oregon and Northern California for you. To find where you can join in on the holiday cheer, head to kdrv.com for a list of the upcoming events that we have noted. And if you're hosting an event and you want us to know about it, we invite you to share them with us by sending it to our email. You can even submit it to our community chalkboard page on our website, kdrv.com. In a developing story, Oregon Senator Jeff Merkley traveled to South Korea for negotiations on a plastics treaty. Representatives from around the globe gathered to South Korea, where they were trying to create a legally binding treaty to combat plastic pollution. Many hoped that this would be the moment for a groundbreaking agreement, but the international community remains deeply divided.
We just have the fundamental dilemma, like we do on climate, where you have a powerful lobby, the fossil lobby, that wants to make a ton of money polluting the earth. And they're trying to stop international efforts to control that.
Countries are targeting plastic production, consumption, and waste. Merkley says that it's time for concrete steps like the Montreal Protocol. The United States is siding with countries that favor a Paris-style agreement. Critics viewed this as a watered-down solution because it appears and appeases the plastic industry. Merkley says hope remains that nations will find common ground and agree to meaningful actions, including the United States. We move to the Crime Watch tonight. A 29-year-old Springfield resident is in jail in connection to a murder in Josephine County. The Josephine County Sheriff's Office responded to a stabbing on Grave Creek Road on November 22nd. The 34-year-old victim, Daniel Finney, was located near his vehicle with multiple stab wounds, where he later died from his injuries. The primary suspect, Kendra Blading, was arrested for murder in the second degree and unlawful use of a weapon and was later indicted by a grand jury in Josephine County. The full story can be found on our website, kdrv.com.